to type in first. Move toward me, Ronnie. No, we can't. Just have him frame that out. Cardinal Newman girls team several times. They have been playing great basketball all year long, but I'm excited to see Montgomery tonight. They're a team that's really becoming better and better as the season comes along, and we'll see if they can match up a little better than they did the first time they met Cardinal Newman earlier in the year.
Yeah, and the first matchup on January 6th, they ended up losing. They only scored 32 points in that game. This is a team that has won 4 of the last 6 games. They're 4-3 in league and definitely improving.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And one of the players that has led the way for them, Shaylin Newman, just a freshman, but she leads the team in scoring, second in rebounds. She's a great player, and she's going to have a great long career here.
Yeah, she's really effective down low as a low post player. She's having 11.9 points per game, 8.8 rebounds, 1 block, 1 steal, and shooting 74% from the free throw line. I think the big key for her tonight is she's got to be effective on the offensive glass. She's got to get there on the defensive glass as well, and she's got to block out Lauren Walker, Tiff Salinas, and also Vice Neat.
No doubt about that. And the girl that's had a great season for Cardinal Newman, Lauren Walker, actually comes off the bench, but she had a great game against Casa Grande, and when they recognize her and feed her down low, she can score a lot of points. She has a height advantage tonight. I look for her to get the ball a lot in the post.
Now, I'm not sure. She might be the most improved player on this basketball team this season for Cardinal Newman, but at 6'4", a sophomore coming off the bench, she's really tough to guard down low. She's got long arms. She's very effective down low on the post. She puts her arm up when they pass the ball over top to her. She lays it right in. She's super effective. Coming off the bench, she's a real valuable asset to have.
No doubt about that. So Cardinal Newman will try to remain undefeated here in NBL play. It's the Vikings and the Cardinals coming up next here on YSN365.com.
Oil Stop's most important asset is not just its people. Oil Stop's most important asset is the right people. Oil Stop has a complete ongoing training program and a 401k program with the company partially matching your funds. You'll receive paid vacations and 5 paid holidays. Oil Stop promotes from within, so advancement opportunities are available to all who desire to grow in their responsibilities.
My friends and I were driving to the Salt Lake Airport to fly to a music teachers conference when our tires started going flat. We called the Les Schwab in Ogden, Utah, and they said,
"Come on in."
They were so fast, we didn't even eat the free popcorn.
There you go.
And we even made our flight. In a world where such great customer service is not always the case, it's nice to know there's Les Schwab. I'm Bonnie Lamborn, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Are you searching for a great high school experience? Cardinal Newman is the only Catholic college preparatory high school in Santa Rosa. Be a part of a community where you will be known and supported during these key years of growth. Be a part of a fun and positive student body who embraces challenge and responsibility through faith, academics, service, visual and performing arts, and competition. Learn how to apply at cardinalnewman.org. North Bay Elite AAU girls basketball attending the top NCAA showcases in the country, with former players competing at the NCAA Division I, II, III, and NAIA levels, winners of 2 Pacific District Level 1 national qualifiers for the best in girls AAU basketball. It's the North Bay Elite. Are you searching for a great high school experience? Cardinal Newman is the only Catholic college preparatory high school in Santa Rosa. Be a part of a community where you will be known and supported during these key years of growth. Be a part of a fun and positive student body who embraces challenge and responsibility through faith, academics, service, visual and performing arts, and competition. Learn how to apply at cardinalnewman.org. North Bay Elite AAU girls basketball attending the top NCAA showcases in the country, with former players competing at the NCAA Division I, II, III, and NAIA levels, winners of 2 Pacific District Level 1 national qualifiers for the best in girls AAU basketball. It's the North Bay Elite. Tonight,
starting for Newman tonight, Kylie Keach, Julia Bertolero, Maya Flores, Haley Weiss-Neat in the post, and Jazzy Henderson gets the start tonight for them. Shayla Newman, who will jump center, starts for Montgomery, along with Destiny Greer, Sarah Iraz, Abby Lee, great player here for this Montgomery team over the years, and also starting is LaDonna St. Louis. Kylie Keach has the ball now for Newman. They work it out to Maya Flores. Flores is a freshman, as is Jazzy Henderson starting tonight. Haley Weiss-Neat goes inside, no good. And Montgomery now brings it up the floor. Inside it goes, and St. Louis scores. Montgomery takes the early lead.
Well, for the Vikings, a way to start out the game. Push it up the floor, get it to the open person, run right underneath the basket, and give it to her so she can lay it in.
Back outside it goes to Bertolero, and she is off the mark. Kylie Keach tries to get the rebound. It ends up out of bounds. It'll be Montgomery's ball. So the Vikings off to a very nice start and will try to add to the lead.
Well, in the first matchup, as we mentioned in the opening, Dave, it was on January 6th. Montgomery only scored 32 points in that contest. They're averaging 47 on the year. So I think they need to come out and score the ball like they've started out here.
Wow, and St. Louis scores to make it a 4-0 lead now. So a great start for Montgomery. Haley Weiss-Neat trying to change that, and she does, as she bangs it off the glass and in. Not sure if she called that one, Ronnie, but it counts.
No, it does count. It's a three-pointer, and gets him right back in his game here.
Nice rebound for Kylie Keach. Cardinal Newman bringing it up the floor quickly now. Bertolero into the corner, way off the mark. Henderson can't hang on to that one. It'll be Montgomery's ball again. So a couple times underneath, Newman has had trouble getting the offensive rebound.
Well, Bertolero had that open shot there, but Montgomery's going to have to do a better job of picking up in transition, because this Cardinal Newman basketball team will shoot it from the outside at a high percentage, and they'll be able to knock it down. So in transition, you got to pick them up, and you can't let wide open shots from the three-point range at a high percentage go in.
Shayla Newman trying to hang on and turns it over. First turnover by the Vikings. Into the corner it goes. Henderson can't hang on. Here comes Destiny Greer dribbling it up the floor now for Montgomery. This Montgomery team, they have been coached by Steve Bell since 1991. This is his 25th year here at Montgomery. He asked a lot of his players. They run a lot of different defenses and offenses, and this team will get better as the season goes along, and they could make some noise in the Division II playoffs, even though they're kind of middle of pack in the NBL. They've got a chance to get a decent seed. And we have a foul call away from the ball. It's going to go the other way, and it's Abby Lee who picks up an offensive foul. That is her first team foul for either team.
Yeah, this is a good measuring stick for them tonight to see how much they've improved at 4-3 in the league. They've won 4 of their last 6. how well did they play against Cardinal Newman here? Did they win this basketball game? How effective and how improved are they? But know one thing, they're going to have to get on the offense and defensive glass against this taller Cardinal Newman basketball team.
Kylie Keach with a very nice drive to the basket. She was recently honored the first player in Cardinal Newman girls basketball history to go over 1,000 points in her career. She continues to add to that. The players fighting for the ball underneath Haley Weiss-Neat. It is a tie-up call, and the possession arrow favors Cardinal Newman. Newman coming off a nice win over Casa Grande. Got a lot of players involved in that one, and they pulled away. That coming off an even bigger win over Santa Rosa, their biggest rival in the league. Montgomery had to play Santa Rosa just after that and played them very tough for 3 quarters before a big run in the 4th quarter by Santa Rosa. A 15-2 run put the Lady Vikes away. Lob it inside. There's Lauren Walker. We talked about her in the open. They do a nice job of finding her on the first time down the floor. But Montgomery hanging in there right now, down by 1.
Cardinal Newman is in a man-to-man defense, and they'll put pressure on the outside shooters. But for Montgomery, this is a team that only makes 2 threes a game on average, so they're not a high percentage shooting team from outside the 3-point arc. So I would look for Cardinal Newman to sag off that 3-point line.
Tie up again. This time the possession arrow will favor Cardinal Newman, and a timeout taken here by head coach for Cardinal Newman, Monica Myrtle. And we're going to take a look at some highlights from that big game last night. Everybody was talking about it today. We managed to get the video from YouTube, and boy, what a terrific finish. Casa Grande led Cardinal Newman by 6 points in the 4th quarter, and it was a crazy finish. Here it is right here. Starts off right here, an offensive rebound by Jamon Roberts. He puts it back up and in. That makes it a 4-point game. Then the inbound is stolen by Connor Rubatino. He fires one up. Now it's a 1-point game. Casa Grande desperately trying to call timeout right here. They don't get it. The inbound, and then a steal right here. Damian Wallace, no good, but Rubatino comes down with a rebound, hits a 3, and is fouled. A technical foul was called on the Casa Grande coach because he was trying to get a timeout. He was infuriated. They hit 2 out of 3 free throws, so now Cardinal Newman leads by 4 as Connor Rubatino hits 2 out of 3. They would go on to win by 6, a 12-point swing in a matter of 40 seconds in this game. And Cardinal Newman ends up now tied for first place with Casa Grande in the North Bay League. You see Rubatino at the line. They not only got the 2 out of 3 free throws, but then they got the ball out of bounds, and they were fouled. So Damian Wallace ended up hitting a couple more free throws right there. And boy, and just an unbelievable finish to that one. Cardinal Newman wins it. Maya Flores hitting a 3-pointer coming out of the timeout. Here comes Sarah Iroz now, passes down low to Shayla Newman, and there's a foul call just before the shot, apparently. So it'll be an out of bounds. That is the first team foul, or second team foul. First on Newman.
Well, the Vikings came out and scored the first 2 buckets of the contest. Since then, Cardinal Newman's gone an 8-0 run.
Shayla Newman took an extra step.
Yeah, it looks like she stepped through on that one.
Montgomery got off to a nice start. They were up 4-0, but Newman has scored everything since then. Kylie Keach hits a 3. Here comes Abby Lee to the rack. And did Kylie Keach get position? No, a blocking foul call. Cardinal Newman crowd not super excited about that.
No, it was a close call, but she was actually moving down there on the baseline. Her feet weren't totally set, and so ended up getting to the free throw line as Abby Lee. Lee averaging 11.8 points and a 68% free throw shooter. She's 60 of 88 on the season for this Viking squad.
Yeah, she has been a great player, a great leader. She's a team captain, real floor leader. Can really score from both outside and inside for Steve Bell's squad, and she hits 2 from the free throw line. She's obviously pretty good from the charity stripe as well, and that stops that 8-0 run you talked about, or actually 11-0 run and now pulls Montgomery back to within 5. Key for the Vikings, I think, Ronnie, is to stay close here early in this first half, not let it get into double digits quickly, and kind of gain some confidence and let Cardinal Newman know that they are here to play.
Yeah, you're in you're the visitor here in this gymnasium, and you need to just definitely stay on the defensive glass like Newman just did right there. Push the ball. If you have easy opportunities, try to get to the basket and score, and try to stay in the game with the free throw line. Try to get to the free throw line. They've done that a number of times so far in this contest. When you get to the line, make those free throws.
St. Louis will go to the free throw line now. 3 team fouls. Lauren Walker picked that one up. That's her first. St. Louis doesn't get the first one. Averages 5.9 points per game.
She's 9 of 18 coming into tonight's game, 50% from the line.
And she gets 1 of 2.
So the Vikings still in that man-to-man defense. They really have to watch out down low. You can see the mismatch, the size advantage that Walker has down low on the post against Newman. On the right block there.
Britta Irvine off the mark. Fighting for the rebound, Tal Webb. Diving for it, Kylie Keach.
Yeah, and that's what we're used to seeing out of Kylie Keach, that kind of hustle.
Maya Flores nails a 3. Deadly shooter from the outside, particularly when she has a chance to set her feet and gets a good look. She rarely misses from that distance.
Yeah, what a beautiful stroke she has on that. Nice high arch, nothing but net.
That shot is off the mark. Nice job, Shayla Newman right there to mop it up. That's her first basket of the night, and it's a big one that pulls Montgomery back to within 5. Here's Tal Webb lobbing it up for Walker a little too high, and it'll be Montgomery's ball.
Quite an advantage for Montgomery if they can get to the offensive glass. Everybody's out of position on defense when you're in rebounding mode, and you can put back and get some easy baskets that way, and that's what Newman did on that last play. Let's see if she can continue that and get to the glass.
Abby Lee, nice job going around the player. Now it's Shayla Newman, and she's fighting for the ball with Tal Webb, and she's going to shoot a pair. So Shayla Newman back to the free throw line after her 3rd rebound.
Exactly what we were just talking about. Get to the glass, try to be quicker to the basketball. When the shot goes up, there's Flores, nothing but net. She didn't even touch her. But if you're Shayla Newman, try to be quicker than Lauren Walker inside. Walker's going to sit down, Vice Neat back in, but try to be quicker inside, get the basketball, get it back up. She's ambidextrous. She can shoot with her left or right hand around the basket, and shoots a high percentage from the free throw line as well.
That one bounces out, and here comes Cardinal Newman now. Britta Irvine knocked out of bounds by Destiny Greer. Greer and Iroz, very good defenders for this team, known for their defense. Actually, Coach would like Iroz to shoot a little bit more. She's been such a great defender, but he'd like to see her score a little bit more. And another timeout taken here with 2:34 to go. It's Steve Bell that takes one this time, so both coaches have used a timeout here in the early going. And kind of an interesting start here, Ronnie. Obviously, you know, Cardinal Newman comes into just about any NBL game heavily favored, particularly after what they did to Santa Rosa. But Montgomery is hanging pretty tough right now, and I think they've got to be gaining a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, Montgomery definitely gaining confidence. As we had mentioned, they're 4-3 in league, but this is a team that continues to improve. They're within 4 points here in the first quarter. In the first matchup that they lost, they only scored 32 points in the entire contest. So with 10 points, 2:34 to go here in the first quarter, that bodes well for the Montgomery Vikings. Continue to try to get the offensive glass, play good down on low on Vice Neat or Walker or whoever's down low, and try to get the defensive glass and block out as a team.
Britta Irvine from the corner, a little bit long. Nice rebound. Abby Lee comes down with it. She's in traffic but manages to hang on to the possession for Montgomery. A big possession right now as they trail by 4 with 2:15 to go in this first quarter.
Yeah, continue to work against the man-man defense. It looks like Cardinal Newman's trying to overplay a little bit, put a lot of pressure on the perimeter.
Abby Lee strong to the rack. A little too strong, comes down with her own miss. Fighting for the rebound inside. It's going to be Montgomery's ball, it looks like. There is a foul call on the rebound, and it's Maya Flores who gets whistled for that one.
Last 3 times down the floor, Montgomery's gotten the offensive board. On the other hand, Cardinal Newman, they need to do a better job of blocking out. You can't lose your person that you're guarding in that offensive set they're running. You got to put a body on somebody, and you got to keep them off the offensive glass.
Abby Lee drives on Henderson, flips it up behind Haley Weiss-Neat, and the Chief Bowser right now 16 fouls against 1, and that has the Cardinal Newman folks really upset.
Well, she was aggressive. She took her off the dribble on the drive, and Weiss-Neat set. So the official's going to call that just about all the time. She didn't create much contact. She didn't really do much, but she wasn't totally set. So I can see how the official called that on the defender.
Abby Lee earning her money at the free throw line right now. She has 4 points from there, and it's a 14-12 game.
As you mentioned, they need to stay close in this game for their confidence. And the farther they go into the basketball game, the more confidence they're going to build. And they can put a lot of pressure here on Cardinal Newman. Another thing, if you're Cardinal Newman, you have to be aware of is you won the first matchup 74-32. So there might be a small bit of complacency in here for the Cardinals.
Tiff Salinas inside. Nice drive to the rack. Tiff, who's had that hand injury all year, still taped up, but it has to be improving a little bit, and that's good news for her, as she will become a much more effective shooter when that hand heals. There's Haley Weiss-Neat with the rebound.
And I think Salinas is the most effective down low on the block as far as making moves, getting to the basket, and the quickness down there between Weiss-Neat, Walker, and Salinas down low. So if you get her the basketball down low, she likes to go to the right side. She likes to fake left and then get to her right hand. But remember early in the year when she had that hurt hand, she was going to the left side most of the time.
Yeah, she was. She can go both ways. That's the amazing thing about her, particularly in the post. She does have the ability to go left or right. Montgomery has a chance to tie or take the lead. 1:05 to go. St. Louis tries to give them the lead. No good. Haley Weiss-Neat with a big rebound now for Cardinal Newman. Actually a 4-point lead now for Cardinal Newman. They get it to Tiff Salinas in the post. Down it goes to Bertolero now, playing inside, outside with Jazzy Henderson. And Jasmine nails a 3. Big shot there for the freshman.
I think that was the Cardinals' best offensive set. They got it inside to Salinas. She was triple teamed. They kicked it around. They rotated it. Back to Henderson for the 3. Nice offensive set for Cardinals.
Down low, Abby Lee kicked out of bounds. Last touched one of the Newman players. 7-point lead now. Real key stretch right here as we go under 30 seconds in the first. I want to try to finish each quarter strong. Both teams trying to establish themselves here in this early going. Shayla Newman on the inbound play, guarded by Keach, but she shuffled the feet just a little bit. That is the 4th turnover by the Lady Vikes.
Well, there you see the size difference down low. I mean, Kylie Keach, point guard, senior, running the team for the Cardinals, and she's down low against the tallest player for the Montgomery Vikings, and there's only about a 2-inch height advantage there for Newman.
Newman is going to hang on to the ball and play for the final shot. No 10-second rule in girls basketball. Henderson tries to get it to Salinas. Keach is open with 3, and she nails it. What a clutch shot by the senior, Kylie Keach. Wow. 22-12 as the first quarter comes to an end. Cardinal Newman over Montgomery here on YSN365.com. We'll take a break right here and be back with the start of quarter number 2 at the John Fitzgerald Gymnasium after this.
Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, coffee, tea, hot chocolate, hot cider, or even a bottle of cold, refreshing water. Want to check your emails, surf the web, or get some work done when you're in for service? Use our high-speed Wi-Fi. It's free. We'll also provide a free car wash with your oil change so your car looks as good as it runs. How convenient is that? Oil Stop. We're here to serve you.
One Saturday night, someone went through town slashing tires. Sunday morning, one of Andy Spencer's customers at Les Schwab went to Andy's house to see if he could help.
You got it.
Andy got in his truck and drove up and down the streets, helping anyone who needed it. He worked at it pretty hard most of the day.
That's all of them.
Andy didn't tell anybody no. He really went above and beyond his duties as a manager and a neighbor. I'm James Hamilton, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
I want to thank our title sponsors tonight, Les Schwab Tires of Sonoma County. They do a great job servicing folks here in Windsor. 2 stores in Santa Rosa and 1 in Rohnert Park and North Bay Elite AAU basketball. Cardinal Newman with a 10-point lead as we start quarter number 2. An unfortunate ending to that quarter for Montgomery after playing so well. Here's Kylie Keach. Doesn't get it. The Chief with the rebound. Now it's Shayla Newman coming down with it.
Yeah, Kylie Keach finished the first quarter with that outside three-pointer and knocked it down. You know, earlier in the year, she was only shooting around 25% since outside the three, but since then, she has really improved her outside shooting and much more confident. It looks like a much more confident stroke out there and draining that last one to end the quarter.
Outside it goes to Greer. Got it. Big 3 for Destiny Greer. Again, known more for her defense. Only averages 2.4 points per game, but shows that she can get it done. That's a clutch shot right there to stem the tide now.
Well, it's a difference maker for the Montgomery Vikings. They're only making 2 threes a game on average. So if somebody can come up and I thought if they made 4 threes in this contest, it really bode well for them. I thought it would be a real advantage for them if they could extend the defense by making at least 4 threes in this contest.
Keach is open with 3.
Here we go now. It's Sarah Iroz dribbling it up. St. Louis, LaDonna St. Louis. Her sister now playing at Santa Rosa Junior College. Nandi Jimenez, Montgomery fans might remember, a great player here. A couple years ago is now playing at Cal State Dominguez Hill. So Steve Bell's done a nice job getting players on to the next level here at Montgomery. This Cardinal Newman team figures to have a lot of players that go on. Kylie Keach has been talking to Sonoma State a little bit. She has a chance to definitely play at the next level. And then in a couple years, you know, you have a lot of juniors, sophomores, and freshmen that are going to be getting a lot of attention here at Cardinal Newman.
Yeah, and for Keach, you know, she's a senior, she's a guard, she runs the basketball team, she's athletic, she's fast, she's strong, and she's improved with her three-point shooting. So I would say that she has a good shot at getting to the Sonoma State level.
Tiff Salinas has also been already getting some interest. She is a junior. Into the corner it goes to Jasmine Henderson. Jazzy shoots it up, nice little runner. Shayla Newman comes down with it.
And when you're talking about Sonoma State, of course, you have Heidi Myrtle, assistant coach, ended up going to Sonoma State and playing for them for all 4 seasons.
Here comes Abby Lee down the lane, knocked away by Henderson. Jazzy Henderson getting the start tonight and making the most of it. Having a very good first half for Cardinal Newman. Here's the Chief for 3. Off the mark. Salinas, nice offensive rebound. Back outside to Bertolero. Bertolero off the mark. Newman fighting for the rebound. Haley Weiss-Neat steps on the line.
Every time Tiff Salinas touches the ball down low, she gets triple teamed. So she's got to kick it out. She's got to realize that that's coming. And be aware, get it out quickly, rotate the basketball, and you're going to have an open shot on the left-hand side if you rotate it like that quickly.
If you like this, tomorrow night we'll be right back here at the John Fitzgerald Gymnasium, and you know what's coming. It's the boys' version of this one, as Sarah Iroz with a left-handed running hook in the lane makes the basket to make it a 6-point game. Great shot. Salinas spinning underneath, and she'll go to the free throw line. I believe St. Louis will get whistled for this one. She's got to be looking forward to the boys' game after that unbelievable finish last night here. Montgomery also had a fantastic finish against Santa Rosa. So we see that basket by Iroz. Great job to recognize where Haley Weiss-Neat was and what she needed to do to score the basket.
Yeah, Sarah, nice move to the basket on the left-hand side. And being aggressive is really key in this game for Montgomery. They need to continue to score the basketball. As I'd mentioned, 32 points in the first meeting. They already have 16, though, so they're shooting the ball well even though they trail by 8 at this point, or 7.
1 of 2 for Salinas.
One of the few rebounds on the offensive glass that Newman didn't get to. She tried to get to that one, but wasn't able to get there. I was speaking to Monica Myrtle prior to tonight's game. I asked her what they had most improved in during this season, and she said it was really the communication, whether it's on defense or offense, just talking to everybody and understanding.
LaDonna St. Louis inside. Oh, my goodness. Shayla Newman doesn't get it. Grayer does, and she's fouled. Destiny Grayer in the right place at the right time. Did a great job of going right back up quickly, and she drew the foul. What a play.
Yeah, off the glass. A lot of aggressive play underneath. And the Vikings continue to fight. They're not going away. This NBL contest here.
Grayer does not get the three-point play, but has 5 points in the quarter. It's a 5-point lead now for the Lady Cardinals. Henderson down the lane. Nice positioning that time by Newman. Iroz ended up with the rebound, but it was Newman that blocked out Tiff Salinas. Iroz now. Nice pick and roll to Abby Lee. Abby Lee a little too far under the basket, and Haley Weiss-Need has the rebound. She's tied up there. It's her fourth rebound. The possession arrow favors Newman. Nice drive by Abby Lee, but she just got a little too far under the baseline.
Yeah, some of it caused by really good defense because she was guarded very closely down low, and it was going to be a difficult shot either way, but just a little bit too far under the hoop.
Newman leading by 5. Tiff Salinas down the lane, and she's bumped on the way to the rack. Cardinal Newman played a very difficult pre-league schedule, and that really got them ready for NBL play. We saw them, of course, in their own Cardinal Newman Classic, facing teams like Scotts Valley, who they may see in NorCal's. Also, of course, Oregon City. Sacred Heart was in that tournament. They also went on to the West Coast Jamboree, and they were in one of the toughest brackets. And that one didn't win a game in that tournament, but boy, did that get them better because they saw some very high-level competition.
Yeah, speaking with Monica Myrtle tonight prior to the contest, she had talked about that. What type of teams they played against in the preseason before league play, the 5 losses that they had. They haven't lost a game, though, since December 30th. So they've won 8 in a row at this point.
Shayla Newman hits a 3. 5 points for Newman, and it's a 3-point game. Montgomery hanging tough here with 4:15 to go in the second quarter. Kylie Keach inside, and she is tripped to the ground. The one closest game that Newman has had in league play was to Windsor, up at Windsor. Jessica Barbosa and company, they played Newman very tough. I think it ended up being a 19-point game, but they hung with them for much of the night.
Yeah, we were there to see that game. That was a close game early. They stayed with this team, but that shows you how good Cardinal Newman is. They have height. They have outside shooting with Flores and Keach. They have Tao coming off the bench, Tao Webb. They're just a talented basketball team.
Yeah, I think it's really the depth that a lot of opposing coaches talk about as Keach misses. Flores right there to mop it up and got the roll. Great move as she dips in. I don't think anybody saw her coming along that baseline, kind of snuck in there, got the offensive rebound, and now has 8 points.
Yeah, that's a really difficult touch shot in there from about 8 feet on the sideline.
Grayer for 3. Salinas comes down with it. The lead is 5 for Cardinal Newman. Great girls basketball game here in the North Bay League. Kylie Keach no good. Shayla Newman has the rebound. So Montgomery, I talked about it a little bit, the boys, they came back and beat Santa Rosa last night. So now Casa Grande and Newman are tied for first. Montgomery just a game back. So Wednesday's night's boys game, and we'll be live right here tomorrow night. That's going to be a big one.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that contest. 2 of the best performances that we've seen all year would have to be from Connor Rubatino and then Eric Paulson. Paulson had 18 points in that first half against Casa, and of course we saw what Rubatino did last night.
St. Louis a little strong. Britta Irvine comes down with it. In the girls' standings, Newman all alone at 7-0. Santa Rosa at 6-1. Windsor is 5-2. Montgomery 4-3. So Montgomery trying to stay in that 4 spot for the NBL postseason tournament and position themselves for NCS in Division 2, which is their division. They're 8-4. Cardinal Newman is a NCS Division 4 team, and right now they're ranked number 1. Tal Webb spins and got the roll just over the rim. Tal Webb, another very good freshman for this Cardinal Newman team. And it's a 7-point lead. Here comes Grayer, nice spin down the lane. St. Louis was on the line. Tiff Salinas has the board.
For the Vikings, that was really good ball movement, though. They made the extra pass. They had the open shot.
Flores to Webb. Nice job in the fast break. And Webb lays it in. Flores gets the assist. Timeout now taken by Steve Bell, and it's a full, so we'll take a break ourselves here with 2:33 to go. It's now 30-21, Cardinal Newman over Montgomery. We'll be right back with more action from the John Fitzgerald Gymnasium here on YSN365.com.
You come to Oil Stop, we'll serve you and your passengers with a complimentary beverage. Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, coffee, tea, hot chocolate, hot cider, or even a bottle of cold, refreshing water. Want to check your emails, surf the web, or get some work done when you're in for service? Use our high-speed Wi-Fi. It's free. We'll also provide a free car wash with your oil change so your car looks as good as it runs. How convenient is that? Oil Stop, we're here to serve you.
One Saturday night, someone went through town slashing tires. Sunday morning, one of Andy Spencer's customers at Les Schwab went to Andy's house to see if he could help.
You got it.
Andy got in his truck and drove up and down the streets, helping anyone who needed it. He worked at it pretty hard most of the day.
That's all of them.
Andy didn't tell anybody no. He really went above and beyond his duties as a manager and a neighbor.
There's Steve Bell, the head coach for Montgomery, 25th year at the helm of the Vikings.
Yeah, Dave, we've been doing these games so long. I remember when Steve had no gray at all.
I remember when I had no gray at all, too. Yeah.
And more hair. But
you and I should not be talking about
No,
that.
he's been around for a while. A very good coach. Does a great job out here for the Vikings program. And players that are playing for him are lucky to have him as their coach.
Rebound, Tal Webb. Webb fighting hard underneath. Henderson ends up with the ball. The Chief from the corner. A little strong. Not sure who that touched. It's going to be Montgomery's ball. Montgomery's been able to come down with 3 team rebounds in the first half. So that's something that Monica Myrtle will talk about. Is trying to get more second chance opportunities. They do have a height advantage. And so far, they haven't been able to take advantage of that.
No, it's been Shayla Newman. She's been quicker to the basketball.
Haley Weissneet up top. Here's Sarah Iros, senior captain. Doing a nice job getting them into their offense and running the flow. 6 seconds to shoot. Shayla Newman with a scoop. No good. Haley Weissneet with another rebound. She has 5 boards. 6'3" sophomore Haley Weissneet. Jazzy Henderson. Weissneet trying to hustle after it. Newman right there. Tal Webb tried to sneak in behind her and take it away. How about Shayla Newman now with 8 rebounds in this first half?
Yeah, she's been the dominant player down on the post. More dominant than any player on Cardinal Newman so far in this contest. And
Newman with a nice cut. Tal Webb matching up with her. That one fired up from well beyond the arc, no good. And a travel. Third turnover by Cardinal Newman.
Yeah, Julia Berlero just a little bit of confusion there before she passed the basketball. Well, if you're the Vikings, continue to run your offensive set. Try to get the ball inside. Try to take somebody off the dribble. And, of course, now Newman is going to sit down. So Lee is your top scorer at this point.
Yeah, important stretch now is Montgomery. They trailed by 10, now trailed by 9, but there's a takeaway. Turnover starting to mount against the Vikings, and that's what you really have to be careful of. Cardinal Newman plays such great defense. Very difficult to get 40 against them.
Yeah, very difficult. And time's winding down here in the first half. But the Vikings are within 9. Maybe you can get a stop here. Go to halftime with a 9-point disadvantage.
Julia Bertolero into the corner. Bertolero with 3 to shoot, 5 on the clock. Haley Weissneet beats the buzzer, but doesn't get the roll. And that's going to do it for the first half of play. So Cardinal Newman leads by 9, but remember it was 10 at the quarter, so Montgomery is on pace for 40, which is, good for them trying to play against this Cardinal Newman team. And should be a great second half. Both teams playing good basketball and matching up fairly well with each other. Some great players on the floor, and it's just a pleasure to watch girls basketball at this level for sure.
Yeah, and as well as the Montgomery Vikings played, as well as Newman did down on the low block and getting those 8 rebounds and scoring the basketball, they still trail by 9 points. That just shows you how good that darn Cardinal Newman team is. They're really good. They're effective down low. Nobody's really been the star here tonight, but they're a good team defense. They get out on the open break. They pick you up in the open court. Just a really good basketball team Cardinal Newman is. Vikings, I think they're still going to have to make some threes in the second half if they're going to get back into this basketball game.
Yeah, so we'll take a break right here. I think at the half we showed those highlights of last night's finish once. I think we should show them again. It's worth a second look for sure. So at the half, when we come back, we'll show you that unbelievable finish again last night in the Casa Grande Newman game from the YouTube video. At the break here, it's 30-21, Cardinal Newman over Montgomery. We'll be right back.
Oil Stop's most important asset is not just its people. Oil Stop's most important asset is the right people. Oil Stop has a complete ongoing training program and a 401k program. With the company partially matching your funds, you'll receive paid vacations and 5 paid holidays. Oil Stop promotes from within, so advancement opportunities are available to all who desire to grow in their responsibilities.
My friends and I were driving to the Salt Lake Airport to fly to a music teachers conference when our tires started going flat. We called the Les Schwab in Ogden, Utah, and they said,
Come on in.
They were so fast, we didn't even eat the free popcorn.
There you go.
And we even made our flight. In a world where such great customer service is not always the case, it's nice to know there's Les Schwab. I'm Bonnie Lamborn, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Are you searching for a great high school experience? Cardinal Newman is the only Catholic college preparatory high school in Santa Rosa. Be a part of a community where you will be known and supported during these key years of growth. Be a part of a fun and positive student body who embraces challenge and responsibility through faith, academics, service, visual and performing arts, and competition. Learn how to apply at cardinalnewman.org. North Bay Elite AAU girls basketball attending the top NCAA showcases in the country, with former players competing at the NCAA Division I, II, III, and NAIA levels, winners of 2 Pacific District Level 1 national qualifiers. For the best in girls AAU basketball, it's the North Bay Elite. Are you searching for a great high school experience? Cardinal Newman is the only Catholic college preparatory high school in Santa Rosa. Be a part of a community where you will be known and supported during these key years of growth. Be a part of a fun and positive student body who embraces challenge and responsibility through faith, academics, service, visual and performing arts, and competition. Learn how to apply at cardinalnewman.org. North Bay Elite AAU girls basketball attending the top NCAA showcases in the country, with former players competing at the NCAA Division I, II, III, and NAIA levels, winners of 2 Pacific District Level 1 national qualifiers. For the best in girls AAU basketball, it's the North Bay Elite. Tonight's game presented by title sponsor Cameron & Cameron Ranch and Vineyard Supply, delivering quality for over 40 years.
When you come to Oil Stop, we'll serve you and your passengers with a complimentary beverage. Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, coffee, tea, hot chocolate, hot cider, or even a bottle of cold, refreshing water. Want to check your emails, surf the web, or get some work done when you're in for service? Use our high-speed Wi-Fi. It's free. We'll also provide a free car wash with your oil change so your car looks as good as it runs. How convenient is that? Oil Stop, we're here to serve you.
All right, welcome back to the John Fitzgerald Gymnasium, and this was the scene of what can only be called a fantastic finish last night. The Cardinal Newman Casa Grande game, and we've got highlights of it. We showed them to you earlier tonight, but we're definitely going to show them to you again. Casa Grande led by 6 with 40 seconds to go in the game. Stop, Shayla Newman right there. And here we go. We're going to take a look at those highlights right now.
Yeah, it was a most unlikely finish, Dave. It was just improbable, but somehow Cardinal Newman was able to fight their way back into the basketball game, came up with a couple turnovers. Rubatino made some incredible shots. They made some free throws. There was a lot of turmoil toward the end of that game, and it was definitely an unlikely finish there for Cardinal Newman, but they won the basketball game.
Yeah, well, I guess we didn't have those highlights. We'll try to get those queued up for you in just a moment. Now we've got it queued up. All right, here we go. Last night, Cardinal Newman trailing by 6. A miss. Jamon Roberts gets the putback right there. That pulls Newman to within 4. Connor Rubatino steals the inbound pass, nails a 3. Now they trail by 1. Casa Grande is trying to get the officials' attention to call a timeout, but they don't get it. A steal by Damian Wallace. He misses, but there's Rubatino. He comes down with it, gets fouled, hits the 3. Now a technical foul is called. You can see the fans on Newman going crazy. A technical foul is called, so he goes to the free throw line. Newman now up by 2, now leading by 3. They get 2 more for the technical and the ball out of bounds. Casa Grande was incensed. They thought for sure that they should have had a timeout called, which would have changed the complexion of the game. The officials didn't see it. So not only did Cardinal Newman get the free throws, but then they got the ball out of bounds. They would hit 2 more free throws after that, and the Casa Grande side was just absolutely stunned. Here's the celebration. Newman wins it 60-54. That's a pretty remarkable finish right there in a high school basketball game. A 12-point swing in the matter of 40 seconds.
Well, I think it's kind of like last week, the Seattle Seahawks against the Packers. They had to have everything go right for them toward the end of the game. They had to play well. They had to have a couple breaks, and this is what happened to Cardinal Newman. And then Rubatino, we've seen him hit many a big shot already this year. I've actually coined him Mr. Big Shot, and he comes through in the clutch and just changes the whole basketball game. I bet you if Casa Grande had to do it over again, though, they would have held on to that basketball and if you held on to it and went to the free throw line, we made a couple free throws, the game's over.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's take a look at the highlights of this game now as we get ready to start the second half of play.
That's what we're used to seeing out of Kylie Keith.
Here's Cardinal Newman. Maya Flores a couple of nice threes in that first half, Ronnie, and when she's hot, Cardinal Newman's very tough to defend.
Yeah, Flores ended up having 8 points in the first half, along with Kylie Keach. Both of those guards did a great job moving the basketball, working in transition.
Flores nails a 3.
You've got to pick Flores up. She's just too dangerous from outside the three-point arc and on the perimeter. She shoots that high arcing shot. It's tough to guard. She's just tough to play against. And the other thing is she's only a freshman. I mean, we're going to see her for another 4 years. And Maya Flores. On the other hand, I think Newman did a great job for the Montgomery Vikings. I think if they can find a way to make a couple shots from outside and open up the defense, I think that would really help. There was Jazzy Henderson with the outside shot. It's all about ball movement, finding the open shooter, get to the perimeter, and if they get it down inside to either Vice Neat or Walker or Salinas, and your double or triple team, kick that ball out, rotate it around fast, and maybe make the extra pass to get the open shot. For the Montgomery Vikings, they did a great job to start the basketball game. They've stayed in this contest. They're within 9 points here at the half, and Shayla Newman was really dominant on the inside on the offensive glass. She had 8 rebounds. I think 5 of them were on the offensive end, and she has the ability to go either way. Right there, she kicked it out to Greer and knocked it down the 3. That was the only one they made in the first half, though. So if they're going to continue to compete in this basketball game, they're going to have to get to the basket, drive the ball, use their left hand, get to the glass, and get to the offensive glass as well. Montgomery Vikings, they're in this contest. The first contest against Cardinal Newman, they only scored 32 points. They've got 21.5 right now. They're in this basketball game.
All right, we'll take a quick break right here and be back with the start of the third quarter here at the John Fitzgerald Gymnasium in just a moment.
Not just its people. OilStop's most important asset is the right people. OilStop has a complete ongoing training program and a 401k program, with the company partially matching your funds. You'll receive paid vacations and 5 paid holidays. OilStop promotes from within, so advancement opportunities are available to all who desire to grow in their responsibilities.
Here we go, start of the third quarter. Kylie Keach fires one up from beyond the arc, no good. Keach led Cardinal Newman along with Maya Flores with 8 points apiece. Leading score for Montgomery. Shayla Newman had 5. Destiny Grayer also had 5 for the Vikings. Maya Flores seems to got a flat tire there.
Yeah, for the Vikings, you need to come down, work against the man-to-man defense that Cardinal Newman plays most of the time, and move the ball quickly, draw and kick, draw and pop, try to get an outside shot, and see if somebody can make one from the perimeter.
If you get a flat tire, you know who to call, Les Schwab Tires of Sonoma County.
Yeah, exactly. I might have to go over there. Then this next 4 days I'm down here. I've been driving so much I got to get my tires rotated, and we buy everything from Les Schwab and do have our brakes done and everything. So I might have to go over there and visit those guys.
Yeah, Les Schwab Tires of Sonoma County. They do a terrific job with 4 locations here in the county to serve you, 1 in Windsor, 2 in Santa Rosa, and 1 down in Roner Park. Shayla Newman a little strong. Haley Weiss-Neat comes down with the rebound.
Yeah, nice move, but she was a little off balance on that last attempt down low.
Into the corner it goes. Maya Flores steps back. Off the mark. Haley Weiss-Neat comes down with it, and she's fouled. The Chief will go to the line.
To me, it looks like Cardinal Newman's come out of the locker room with a little bit more energy than they started this basketball game with. I'm sure Monica Myrtle talked to him and said, hey, what are you guys doing out here? You have a 9-point lead. You gotta play some basketball and get to the glass. The Vikings, they just seemed like they were more dominant in the first half on the offensive glass.
Four points now for Haley Weiss-Neat as she makes it a 10-point lead for Cardinal Newman. And she gets them both. Newman very solid from the free throw line. And that's something that's really going to help them come playoff time. Big question is how many teams in NCS Division IV will get moved up to the open bracket. St. Mary's of Berkeley, Salesian are also very good teams in this Division IV NCS field along with Cardinal Newman. And we'll see what happens come NorCal time. There's Henderson with a little running hook, no good. Piedmont's also a Division IV team. We saw them in the Cardinal Newman Classic at the beginning of the season, and they're definitely a contender. Here comes Grayer down the lane, and she's bumped.
I like the aggressiveness. Get to the basket. If you're not making the outside shot, then get to the glass. Try to draw the contact, get the free throw line.
Cardinal Newman Classic.
Got to find a way to get back in this basketball game. You trail by 11 points here in the early going of the second half, and making free throws is one way to do it.
Grayer's had a good game scoring the basketball. Again, not really known for her scoring. It's her second year on varsity as a junior. And Coach Bell would really like her to shoot a lot more. She's very fast. She's very quick, great defender. And I like her ability to get her shot off quickly.
And she's averaging 4.4 points per game and 2.4 rebounds. But she's quick out on the floor. She's a smart, good leader out on the floor, and just continue to drive the basketball and try to shoot a little higher percentage from outside. Just continue to work on that shot.
32-22 and a traveling call that goes against Cardinal Newman. That's their 4th turnover of the night.
And Bertolero just with a couple steps there. The Vikings still trying to work back into it. They trail by 10. Early substitutions here in the second half for Monica Myrtle. Bringing in Tao Webb, and Flores is going to take a seat as well.
Kylie Keach fouled from behind by St. Louis. That's her second foul. One thing Montgomery did not do was get in a lot of foul trouble early on. Actually, they have St. Louis for 1. I have her down for 2, but here comes Kylie Keach down the lane, flips that one up, no good, gets her own miss. Keach finds Bertolero underneath, and she's fouled.
Yeah, nice interior passing by Keach. She recognized the triple. She tried to look. She looked outside to Vice Neat. Couldn't get the pass to her and saw the pass available in the lane and dished it off.
32-22, Cardinal Newman as Abby Lee checks out.
What a luxury to have Vice Neat on the floor. She's 6'3". She can get to the glass. She can shoot from outside. She can handle the ball in the open court.
Yeah, and I definitely think as the next couple of years roll around, particularly at the end of this year and next year, she's going to be getting a lot of looks to play college basketball.
Yeah, she has the skill level. She's got the height. She just needs to continue to improve. She needs to continue to improve that outside shot. And I'd like to see her be a little bit more aggressive off the drive, off the dribble. She has the ability to do that. It's just, what do you choose in your basketball game with all this talent on this basketball team?
Kylie Keach gets them both. She has 10 points now to lead all scores. And the lead is up to 12, biggest lead of the night. That one tapped out by Bertolero as Cardinal Newman puts the full court pressure on now to try to lengthen the lead.
Yeah, try to speed up the pace of the game. Could be an opportunity for Montgomery to find some open shots in transition, though, against the press.
We'll have more girls basketball for you on Thursday night. We'll be live up at Hillsburg High School for the Annalee Hillsburg girls game as Britta Irvine comes down with the miss. It's a busy week for us here at YSN365.com. Looking forward to seeing Haley Rue in action. She was our YSN365.com Player of the Week on the girls' side.
Yeah, it's like Player of the Week, Player of the Night, because we're having 4 games this week. It's great to be a part of. Now this press is going to speed the basketball game up. It's just a matter of, can Montgomery handle the attack?
They handle it well there, but Haley Vice-Neat gets the block. Good job by Greer to attack after getting the ball across the timeline.
It was a really good ball fake. She just got a little too close to Vice-Neat and allowed her to block that shot. Vice-Neat playing good defense out there. That's one way to do it. If you can't get that inbounds pass in, just throw it off of the player that's guarding you. You see it quite often in every level of basketball.
And that one's going to go the other way.
Yeah, it looked like she only had 1 foot back in bounds. You have to have 2 feet in bounds before you can maintain possession of the basketball once you're out of bounds. So she only had 1 foot back in.
Haley Vice-Neat up top. Britta Irvine flips it out to Julia Bertolero. Here's Kylie Keach now. Driving on Iroz, hits the ground. Destiny Greer comes away with the ball.
The Vikings weren't able to get that open shot without Cardinal Newman getting back so quickly.
Marley Dykstra shooting that one a little strong, and it's going to be Montgomery's ball as the Lady Vikes hang on. There's Monica Myrtle. What a great job she has done with this program. She took over when they started this program a few years back, and she's done a tremendous job. She had a great college career, too. Played for St. Mary's, and she brings a lot to the table with this program. And she pushes the girls hard, and I think that's the toughest thing. They have had a lot of easy games during league play, so how do you keep them ready for NCS and NorCal competition when the competition hasn't been as strong during league play? Tonight's game is a good one. Montgomery's doing a great job of challenging them, and in the long run, that's good for them. Lauren Walker came down with the ball right there, and she was fouled by Iroz. Iroz trying to come up with the steal.
Well, and I asked Monica about what you're talking about prior to tonight's game, and she said, well, we played some difficult competition in the early going, and we know what we're going to be matched up against going into the playoffs, so we know that we can't be too overconfident, and we're focusing on the playoffs. But can you imagine what their practices are like? I mean, they've got 2 starting squads out here. They've got a lot of talent on this basketball team, so if they continue to practice, play hard in practice, I think they'll continue to improve. And as she had mentioned, the best thing that they're doing, or the most improved thing they've done, is just communicate on defense and offense out on the floor.
Iroz picks up the personal right there. That's her second. She's picked up a couple quick ones. Kylie Keach was driving hard to the basket. Shayla Newman had good defense. She thought the foul was on her originally as Keach gets the roll.
This is the most aggressive that I've seen Kylie Keach out on the floor. She's getting to the basket. She knows there's not a shot blocker on the inside, so she's driving, drawing, and trying to get others involved as well. Getting to the free throw line. She's had an impressive performance here tonight.
Keach has 4 straight from the free throw line here in the second half, and it's a 14-point lead. Cardinal Newman starting to pull away just a little bit now here in this second half.
Cardinal Newman, a team that averages 66 points a game. In the first meeting, they scored 74 against the Vikings. So the Vikings doing a great job on the defensive end.
St. Louis fires one up, no good. There's Lauren Walker, her second rebound of the night. Coming off that great performance against Casa Grande. Keach inside, doesn't get the roll. Walker trying to keep it alive. It's Shayla Newman that comes down with it. Newman with 9 rebounds. Well on her way to a double-double tonight. 3:30 to go here in the third quarter. And Walker with the foul from behind.
I think they got it, Lauren Walker on the reach around. I'm not sure if it was or not, but it was called a foul. And weren't able to see it on that actual play, but Walker picked up the foul there, and the Vikings trail by 14 points, 3:26 to go in the third. They're in this basketball game. They're going to have to find a way to score the basketball, though. They only have 2 points here in the second half.
Montgomery with the ball, trying to hang in there right now, trailing by 14. Firing that one up just inside the shot clock. That was Yesenia Hernandez. No good on that one, and here comes Cardinal Newman.
Yeah, what an advantage to have Walker at 6'4" and her height advantage out there.
There she is, taking the pass inside. Britta Irvine recognizes her, and that's exactly what she did a bunch of times against Casa Grande. And it starts with that entry pass and recognizing where you can get the ball to her.
Yeah, it's not as easy as it looks. First of all, as a post player, you have to get early position. You have to make yourself available. You have to get your body against the defender. And then, as the offensive player, you have to throw the right pass. You have to throw it over the top of the defender as well.
Walker with a nice offensive rebound, keeps the possession alive, and Haley Weiss-Need sticks the jumper from the side. 10 points for Haley Weiss-Need, and Steve Bell needs to stop play right here. It's going to take just a 30.
That's really the first run that Cardinal Newman has gone on tonight. You can feel the excitement. You can feel the energy out there on the floor. The ball movement, the defense, and knocking down shots always helps, but over the top to Walker. The lay in with the right hand off the glass and a nice soft touch. And it was all about the entry, as we talked about before, but Walker's got to get early position. She's got to get her body right. And generally, when you're throwing that pass in, I think they threw it in from right there outside the three-point arc, free throw line extended. But sometimes if you take it down to the baseline, you can either bounce it in, depending on what kind of skill level you have for your post player. Yeah, really impressive right there.
So the lead is now 18 for Cardinal Newman as they begin to turn up the heat just a little bit. Full court pressure, and Montgomery's handled it fairly well. However, it's taken them out of their flow offensively.
Cardinal Newman's gone to his zone defense.
Greer, they bounce it into St. Louis, and St. Louis travels. A turnover by Montgomery.
Now, when you come down the floor as a point guard or any player on the floor and you recognize a change in the defense, you got to call it out so you can run a different set. Most teams will run different offensive plays against the zone versus the man-to-man.
There's Walker over the top again. Give Haley Weiss-Need the assist.
Well, she's almost unguardable down there. I mean, how are you going to stop that? They had the double against her, so she's just so much taller than everybody else. If you throw the ball over the top and she gets it, then she can just lay it right back in. Kind of similar to Eric Paulson for Montgomery.
No doubt about it. There's a nice pass inside. Keach takes it from Britta Irvine and lays it in. Cardinal Newman stretching it out now to a 22-point lead with 1:11 to go. Couple of great possessions in a row. Turning it up defensively now as Montgomery looks for answers in their offensive set. Grayer into the corner. 5 seconds to shoot. Grayer's going to have to fire it up from well beyond the arc, and she drains it. What a shot by Destiny Grayer. You can see why Steve Bell wants her to shoot more. Here comes Kylie Keach all the way to the rack. Wow, right through the defense.
Yeah, quickness, agility, and concentration with a nice soft touch off the glass. Keach is having one heck of a game here tonight.
That was not an easy shot. She was kind of fading away and running full speed. It's going to be very difficult, even though you're close range. There's Shayla Newman inside, blocked by Walker. Lauren Walker having a tremendous third quarter. So we go under 10 seconds now. Haley Weiss-Neat pulls up, thought about shooting. They'll go down to Walker again. Walker took an extra step and travels. Tried to cross back over from right to left. Good defense that time by Shayla Newman.
Yeah, and how about the pass by Britta Irvine? I mean, it was against traffic. She threw it over the top right in the hands of Walker and put her in position to make the play. Ends up picking up the travel, but...
And that's going to do it for the third quarter of play. So it's a big third quarter for Cardinal Newman. They now lead it 46-25. 3 quarters of play in the books here at the John Fitzgerald Gymnasium. We'll turn the page and be back with the start of quarter number 4 in just a moment.
High school experience. Cardinal Newman is the only Catholic college preparatory high school in Santa Rosa. Be a part of a community where you will be known and supported during these key years of growth. Be a part of a fun and positive student body who embraces challenge and responsibility through faith, academics, service, visual and performing arts, and competition. Learn how to apply at cardinalnewman.org. North Bay Elite AAU girls basketball attending the top NCAA showcases in the country, with former players competing at the NCAA Division I, II, III, and NAIA levels, winners of 2 Pacific District Level 1 national qualifiers. For the best in girls AAU basketball, it's the North Bay Elite.
Start of the fourth quarter, 46-25, Cardinal Newman over Montgomery. Shayla Newman inside. Shayla Newman gets fouled from behind and got the basket, so she'll go for an old-fashioned.
Well, Shayla Newman had a great first half. She was rather quiet in the third quarter. Montgomery was outscored in that third quarter 16-4, so that makes it difficult to win a basketball game when you're outscored by 12 points in a quarter, but right back into her. Makes the free throw, and that's where I'd go. I'd try to get it to her, get it in her hands, and she got a lot of her energy and her points off the offensive glass as well in that first half.
Kind of similar to what happened as Maya Flores bangs a 3. The Lady Vikes in Santa Rosa, they had hung in there for 3 quarters, but then they had a bad stretch. The bad stretch in this game came in the third quarter against Cardinal Newman.
Yeah, it's hard to have a bad stretch against Cardinal Newman. They're so talented. I mean, Walker comes in for the third quarter, changes the whole entire game, and then goes back to the bench, and they bring in another squad that's just as talented, with Salinas and Flores and Webb out there, Jazzy Henderson.
Yeah, that is the impressive thing. You know, you say, okay, they took their starters out. They tend to build the lead even with their starters on the bench, because the second team players are maybe just as talented in different ways, and there's really nowhere to go if you're Coach Monica Myrtle. Some people have said, you know, man, they're kind of running the score up a little bit on people, but what are you going to do? If all 11 players on the team are that good, there's not much you can do.
Well, you got to compete, and you're out here, and the ultimate goal is the end of the season. You have the NBL tournament. You have the playoffs. How far can you advance into the playoffs? I mean, over the weekend, I was watching UConn girls basketball against Cincinnati. The score ended up being 96-31 this last weekend, right? And both teams were still competing. Cincinnati only scored 31 points in the game, but they were out there competing as hard as they could. They knew they had the league tournament at the end of the year and trying to get to the NCAA tournament.
Ava Alvarez on the floor now for the first time tonight. She is wearing number 12, takes that one, fires the 3. Little off the mark. Tiff Salinas has the rebound. Alvarez will fire it up again. Doesn't get the roll. Shayla Newman finally comes down with it. Her 10th rebound of the night. Down the lane, Sarah Iros bumped by Tal Webb. And Webb picks up the personal foul.
Yeah, Tao kind of stuck her leg out there as she was going by. So if you're Tao, you got to move your feet more. You got to stay in front of her, and she's going to go ahead and take a seat. But she's another one of these great players for Cardinal Newman. Has a bright future here. She's only a freshman.
Yeah, can you imagine this team in a couple of years? They continue to improve and work hard. They have a chance to go a long way. That one a little strong. The rebound goes to Flores. Maya Flores comes down with it after the miss by Dykstra. Flores trying to go coast to coast, and she'll go to the line.
I'm not sure if there was that flat tire from before or the left ankle twist, but there she was on the drive and getting to the free throw line. I like the aggressiveness, and we know she can shoot the ball from outside.
Flores has hit 3 threes in this one. Montgomery substituting.
You know, we were talking about the Sonoma State connection earlier. Also, assistant Alyssa Conway was a 4-year player for Sonoma State University for Cardinal Newman.
And of course, you got to mention Dad, Tom. Tom, he's the assistant coach
That's
here.
That's right. Well, he's not pictured here.
It's kind of interesting. I know he's not pictured in the program. I don't know what happened to that.
We talked to somebody about that.
That's pretty cool. I mean, that's something you probably don't see real often. You know, the daughter's coaching and getting helped by the dad. That's pretty cool. I like that. 51-29, and there is the tie-up, and Lauren Walker ends up with a steal. 10th turnover of the night by Montgomery, forced by the Cardinal Newman defense. 5:40 to go. Jazzy Henderson gets it to Flores. Flores will fire it up from 3. Destiny Grayer ends up with a rebound. Grayer's had a terrific game, 9 points and 3 rebounds for the Lady Vikings. It'll be the boys tomorrow night, Cardinal Newman and Montgomery, right here at the John Fitzgerald. That shot by Bazmesian, no good. Nice rebound. Kick out, and that one is good by Dykstra, Marley Dykstra. Inside it goes to Walker, fighting for position, keeps it alive herself. Alvarez no good. Dykstra ends up with the rebound.
Great offensive set for Cardinal Newman, though. I mean, it went right over the top. It was a great pass inside. Early in the year, they hadn't mastered that play. I remember seeing them in the tournament where Walker was kind of out of position sometimes and the pass wasn't as effective. But as the years evolved, Monica Myrtle's got them throwing the ball right over top, and it's a really effective way to score the basketball.
That was Jazzy Henderson laying that one in. Inside it goes, and we're going to get a travel call against Montgomery. Abby Lee went in there, and 11th turnover now by Montgomery.
One thing you notice about Monica Myrtle, she'll take players in and out of the game at random, but when she brings them to the bench, she's always teaching them something. She's telling them something about what was going on the floor, sends them back into the game after that long of a sit time, so it's fresh in their mind and they go back into the game.
That one no good by Keach. Lauren Walker right there. Lauren Walker with 6 points and 5 rebounds now.
Boy, if only we were 6'4" when we were playing, huh?
Would have helped.
6'4" helps. Can't teach height.
Dykstra a little strong. There's Tal Webb. Keach to Megan McConnell. Megan McConnell for 3. Megan McConnell, definitely a crowd favorite when she comes in. And I tell you what, she's done that a few times. She hit a couple big threes back-to-back against Santa Rosa late in the game. Comes in off the bench here, and she's not shy about taking that 3. Abby Lee down the lane.
Yeah, I think there was some question on whether Megan was actually going to even play tonight. So into the game, gets to the baseline, and just drains the 3 right in front of all the fans and turns around and points at them as she's running down the floor. Well, Kylie Keach is going to take a seat there, but she's had one heck of a performance in tonight's basketball game. I think Lauren Walker impacted it the most in the third quarter, as she's going to sit down as well. But Kylie Keach was really the floor general out there. she made everything happen, and she was so active trying to get to the basket and get everybody involved. And on the defensive end, you can't underestimate her quickness.
Keach with 16 points, checks out of the game. Here comes Maya Flores now. She had a great game as well. Finishes with 12 points and 3 rebounds. 3:30 to go in this one. The lead built up to 26 as Abby Lee gets both free throws. 6 points for Abby tonight, all from the free throw line.
Well, the Vikings are averaging 47 on the season, and Cardinal Newman is averaging 35 points per game against them for their opponents. So we're kind of right in that zone right here. The Vikings have 33 tonight in this basketball game. And if you're going to advance in the playoffs, it's all about defense, Dave. I mean, you got to shoot the basketball well. You got to play good. You got to break the press. You got to do a lot of good things on the offensive end. But playing defense, playing the press, whether you're man-to-man or zone, you got to be active, good in the passing lanes, and you got to communicate out there on the floor.
Britta Irvine gets it to Megan McConnell. Tal Webb gets it up to Alvarez. And that foul call is going to go against Newman, or turnover by Newman, with 3 minutes to go in this one.
Yeah, a little hesitation, a little step there right before the shot. They're still in the 2-3 zone. Look how far out extended the zone is. It puts a lot of pressure on you. I think the way to beat that is you got to pass the ball quick, or you have to just get around the defender and drive to the hoop, and then when the defense collapses on you, then draw and kick.
Comes Britta Irvine now, bringing it up for Cardinal Newman. Good sophomore player. Does a little bit of everything well in her game. There's Tiff Salinas underneath. All the way back out to Ava Alvarez. Tal Webb, great timing. She has it. Megan McConnell now underneath. A lot of players hitting the floor, hustling, playing hard, and Newman ends up with the basketball. Tal Webb. St. Louis comes down with it. LaDonna St. Louis with the rebound.
Nice first step by Tal Webb. She beat the defender, got to the baseline, got all the way down low. Right here's the step, get to the baseline against the double, but just wasn't able to knock that one down, ended up picking up the foul. That was a hustle foul. She was trying to get the basketball back off the rebound. But she's had a good game tonight too. And she's a great asset to have coming off your bench if you're Monica Myrtle. You can go to her, she can handle the basketball, shoot it from the outside. She's aggressive on defense. She's just a tenacious player out there on the floor.
LaDonna St. Louis gets the first one. She'll get a bonus now. Coming up at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be naming our Les Schwab Player of the Game. St. Louis got them both.
Well, if you're the Montgomery Vikings, you're not going to win this basketball game tonight. It's 58-35 with 2:17 in the fourth. But you can take a lot away from this basketball game. You've played better against Cardinal Newman than you did in the first contest. You know that you can get to the offensive glass. I think the one area that they could really maybe improve in is they can find a way to just make some outside shots and give Lee on the inside and also Newman a little bit of more space to operate. I think that would really help them out. So they're just going to have to practice that and move the ball quicker. If you move the ball quicker on the perimeter, you have a more chance of getting an open shot. So it's good to see them, though. They played well here tonight.
Megan McConnell hit a 3 moments ago, and they went behind in the back, and that got the crowd, the bench fired up for Cardinal Newman. Her teammates love her. Anytime she comes into the game, they hoot and holler for her.
Yep, on the move, the spin, the reverse, looking for the three-point shot. And then how about that? Nothing but net.
Yeah, Megan McConnell can shoot, I'll tell you what.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
golfer, too. She was the top player on the Cardinal Newman girls golf team during the fall. Here she is again from the corner, no good this time, and it's Tiff Salinas who comes down with an offensive rebound. McConnell again. Megan McConnell has 3 threes here in the fourth quarter.
Gets a big smile out of Monica Myrtle. I'll tell you that, she's over here laughing on the bench. Very much enjoying that.
64-35. Again, tomorrow night we'll have the boys' side of this Newman-Montgomery rivalry, expecting a huge crowd here. Battle of the fans will be going in full strength, you can bet, here tomorrow night. And so we kind of set up on the team side. We usually sit over on the other side, but tomorrow night it's going to be a little nuts here. So we're going to stay right where we are tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow night's basketball game. It's going to be a great challenge for both teams. And there's the inside play. There's Jazzy Henderson, the kick out, passing it inside to Salinas. And she's really good at working down low against the double, against triple. When the triple or double comes, she passes it out. When it gets that play right there, she was able to get it and get the free throw line. But she's an important piece to the success of this basketball team.
Tip Salinas will get a bonus. She has 4 points and 4 rebounds. Got them both.
Yeah, makes them both. But back to tomorrow's basketball game tomorrow night. I really think it's going to be a really hard-fought contest. I think Polson's improvement during the year is critical. And, of course, Rubatino's been excellent as well.
And they've got Septimo back. Septimo played against Santa Rosa and scored 15 points. So he's finally over that injury, and that's going to make a huge difference for Montgomery.
No, I hadn't heard that. That's
yeah,
super important.
He played. He was the leading scorer for Montgomery against Santa Rosa.
Yeah, that's key.
On Monday night.
Yeah. It's just a matter of he's been out of basketball for so long. How well can he play under pressure?
5-second call. No, Steve got the timeout. Steve Bell.
I know he's super
that timeout right there. Yeah. And we'll take a break right here with just 47 seconds to go. It's 65-36. Newman over Montgomery. We'll be right back with the conclusion of tonight's game.
Stop's most important asset is not just its people. Oil Stop's most important asset is the right people. Oil Stop has a complete ongoing training program and a 401k program, with the company partially matching your funds. You'll receive paid vacations and 5 paid holidays. Oil Stop promotes from within, so advancement opportunities are available to all who desire to grow in their responsibilities.
So 47 seconds remaining, and it is Montgomery's ball underneath. Sarah Iros looking for Shayla Newman. Ava Alvarez comes away with the basketball. Alvarez, a little strong. Sarah Iros coming down with the rebound, running the floor now for Montgomery. Kicks it out to LaDonna St. Louis. No good. Megan McConnell has the rebound. Under 20 seconds to go. Shayla Newman now for Montgomery. And Newman scores. Shayla Newman does indeed get her double-double now with 10 points and 10 rebounds for the Lady Vikes. And that will do it. Great battle here tonight, but Cardinal Newman, particularly with that third quarter, they really pulled away and kind of turned it up a notch defensively, Ronnie, and they end up with their 8th straight league victory, and they are on a roll here in the NBL, no doubt about that.
Yeah, 9 straight overall, 8th straight league victory, and it all happened when they came out in the third quarter, out of the locker room. Whatever Monica Myrtle said in there, it inspired them. They changed their energy level, and they were more effective on the offense and defensive end. But then when Lauren Walker came into the basketball game, that really fired them up. That changed everything, and the Montgomery Vikings were not able to stop her from scoring down low. I want to applaud Shayla Newman in tonight's contest, though. She was amazing out there. She was an effective low post player. She was outsized, but not out-athleted or out-energized, because she was down there active and fought for every basketball underneath.
All right, that's going to do it for the action, but don't go away. We'll be right back with our player of the game interview in just a moment.
When you come to Oil Stop, we'll serve you and your passengers with a complimentary beverage. Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, coffee, tea, hot chocolate, hot cider, or even a bottle of cold, refreshing water. Want to check your emails, surf the web, or get some work done when you're in for service? Use our high-speed Wi-Fi. It's free. We'll also provide a free car wash with your oil change so your car looks as good as it runs. How convenient is that? Oil Stop. We're here to serve you.
One Saturday night, someone went through town slashing tires. Sunday morning, one of Andy Spencer's customers at Les Schwab went to Andy's house to see if he could help.
You got it.
Andy got in his truck and drove up and down the streets, helping anyone who needed it. He worked at it pretty hard most of the day.
That's all of them.
Andy didn't tell anybody no. He really went above and beyond his duties as a manager and a neighbor. I'm James Hamilton, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Oil Stop's most important asset is not just its people. Oil Stop's most important asset is the right people. Oil Stop has a complete ongoing training program and a 401k program with the company partially matching your funds. You'll receive paid vacations and 5 paid holidays. Oil Stop promotes from within, so advancement opportunities are available to all who desire to grow in their responsibilities.
My friends and I were driving to the Salt Lake Airport to fly to a music teachers conference when our tires started going flat. We called the Les Schwab in Ogden, Utah, and they said,
Come on in.
They were so fast, we didn't even eat the free popcorn.
There you go.
And we even made our flight. In a world where such great customer service is not always the case, it's nice to know there's Les Schwab. I'm Bonnie Lamborn, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
And welcome back. The final score here tonight, 65-37. A big win for Cardinal Newman as they are now 8-0 in league play here in the NBL. And one of the big reasons for that, our Les Schwab player of the game, Kylie Keach. Kylie, congratulations. Another big win. Let's first of all talk about the career here. And you got the 1,000 points, and they honored you the other night. What did that mean to you as a 4-year player here at Cardinal Newman to be honored by the program as the first player ever to go over 1,000 points?
You know, Monica told me they were going to do like a little ceremony for me, but I didn't realize it was going to be like that big of a deal. So it was, I don't know. I'm really thankful for everything that they did for me. And yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about tonight's game now. Montgomery played you guys tough. They really hung in there, particularly in the first half. What did you guys talk about in the locker room? Because that third quarter, you guys went on a big run.
We need to make sure to respect every single opponent. I think we came out this game a little complacent, and it showed in the first 2 quarters. So the third quarter we came out and we tried to play as our normal selves.
Now, in the one sense, I know that Coach might have been a little frustrated with you guys, but was it kind of good for you guys to be in a kind of a close game and to feel what that was like? And you know the playoffs are going to be a lot tougher, so maybe that's in the long run kind of a good thing for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good thing, but obviously we weren't happy about it. She wasn't happy about it, but it was a good thing to be in a closer situation to practice for the end of the year.
Kylie, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I thought you were so aggressive out there on the floor. I thought it was a great thing. You were getting to the basket. You were drawing and kicking. Can you tell me what your mentality was in the second half? It seemed like you were even more aggressive.
I wasn't knocking down as many threes as I would like to. My shot was a little off, so I tried to get back to the basket, tried to get my shot going again before.
I know early in the season your three-point shot wasn't as effective as it is now. What did you do during the season to improve that shot?
I've been shooting a lot on my own in practice, working, making sure that in practice I'm shooting game shots and pretending like it was
How
a
much
game.
time do you think you put in for shooting the three?
Oh, I have no idea.
A lot though, huh?
Yeah.
So coming out of halftime, it seemed like the energy changed, and then in the third quarter when Lauren Walker came in, she was super effective. It really changed the whole momentum of the game.
Yeah.
How important is she, and have you guys been working on that pass over the top to her? Because she's really effective.
Yeah,
right now.
she's very important. She helps us out a lot, especially on the boards, and when she's aggressive and she's working, she's a very good player. She's night and day from last year, and I'm excited to see where she goes in the future.
So you guys are sitting at 8-0 right now. Second half of the season still to go in the NBL. What are the things that you guys are focusing on to try to improve on in order to get ready for NCS and hopefully NorCal play?
You know, we have coaches we practice against every day. We practice like it's a game. we're taking every practice seriously, trying to take every game seriously in our league and take it one game at a time.
16 points tonight. You were able to do a little bit of everything. You hit some threes. You were able to drive the lane. What part of your game offensively do you really pride yourself on the most?
Offensively, I really take pride in, sharing the ball for the most part. I really like penetrating and kicking and getting passes to my teammates.
And what's that like with so many great players on this team? You've got the Chief, you got Tiff to throw the ball to, Maya Flores. What is it like being the kind of the playmaker when you have so many great choices?
It's fun. It's a fun game to play. When I'm able to go in and pass out to them and know they're going to make the shot I give the pass to, it's fun because it just makes you smile.
All right, well, Kylie, congratulations. Another terrific performance. You guys pull away for a 65-37 win, 8-0 in NBL play. It was a lot of fun watching it. And, of course, we've got a Player of the Game T-shirt for you from Sonoma Design Apparel. You got quite a collection of those now, don't you?
Yeah.
All right, Kylie. Have fun. Go do your homework, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you. Congrats. Thank you.
All right, Kylie Keech, our Player of the Game, 16 points for the Lady Cardinals of Cardinal Newman. And, doing a lot of things right. And I think you hit the nail on the head. Really improving in her aggressiveness on the offensive end, her ability to shoot the three. She's really becoming quite a weapon, whereas before she was more of a distributor and a playmaker and occasional outside shooter. She's really become kind of choice number one in terms of how to get off to a good start and score points for this Cardinal Newman team.
Yeah, I think it's part of her maturation process. She's senior on this basketball team. She's a leader. And if Cardinal Newman's going to go very far in the postseason, they're going to need her to play exceptional basketball. She's going to have to really make good choices when she drives and draws. Kick out to maybe Vice Neat or Flores or whoever she's kicking it out to. But don't underestimate her on the defensive end because she's quick, she's athletic, and she's really smart on the defensive side.
And Montgomery, a team that's really improving. They showed in the first half particularly that they're capable of playing at that level. And if they can sustain that for 4 quarters, which has been the problem for them, they could make some noise in the playoffs as well.
Yeah, for a team that doesn't have a player on the starting lineup that's over 6 feet tall, they're really effective down low with Newman and Lee. I thought it was really impressive that they came out. They competed in this basketball game. They were only trailing by 9 points at the half, but it was really important for them to continue to play well, continue to work on what they have to do, go into the NBL tournament, and then go into the playoffs. It was a joy to watch them tonight. They were good.
All right, that's going to be it for our action here tonight, but be back tomorrow night at 7:30. We'll be live again right here from the John Fitzgerald Gymnasium. It's the Cardinal Newman Montgomery boys matchup live at 7:30. Yeah. Until then, for Ron Weathy and all of us here at YSN365.com, I'm Dave Cox, and we will see you right here tomorrow night.
For a great high school experience, Cardinal Newman is the only Catholic college preparatory high school in Santa Rosa. Be a part of a community where you will be known and supported during these key years of growth. Be a part of a fun and positive student body who embraces challenge and responsibility through faith, academics, service, visual and performing arts, and competition. Learn how to apply at cardinalnewman.org. North Bay Elite AAU girls basketball attending the top NCAA showcases in the country, with former players competing at the NCAA Division I, II, III, and NAIA levels, winners of 2 Pacific District Level 1 national qualifiers. For the best in girls AAU basketball, it's the North Bay Elite. Tonight's game presented by title sponsor Cameron & Cameron Ranch and Vineyard Supply, delivering quality for over 40 years.